log 24.
4. The Turtle and the Tires, a little episode when we left Trinidad Lake State Park after our house sit.
In Colorado still.
Yep. And came down to a place in New Mexico called the Orilla Verde National Recreation Area, NRA, which is just southwest of Taos, New Mexico. So,
yes.
Nice, interesting road trip in that it wasn't entirely planned, I don't think. Not all of it.
No, because we originally were going to take 25.
All the way down to
Las Vegas.
New Mexico.
But instead we saw a nice scenic road.
Yep. From Raton, New Mexico.
Yep, right off of 25. What was it? 64?
Yeah.
That we were on.
64 65 comes out of Raton and heads southwest
through the Cimarron
National Forest.
Nope.
Cimarron
State Park.
State Park in New Mexico.
Which was an
slap my hand?
Yeah. Remember that cool car we saw?
Which one?
Driving through.
Oh, yeah. So we're going. I hope I have the dash cam footage of that.
I think that you probably do.
So we were going up into the Cimarron State Forest, which was huge.
Yeah,
and cool.
I mean, it must have been, I don't know, how many miles?
Who knows?
20?
At least.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Though. Just stunning.
Nice tall fir trees. And there was a silt area we pulled over and took some pictures of. Those giant rock formations coming out of nowhere. I think we sort of contemplated when we were in there whether or not we were going to stay. There were like a few campgrounds along the way, but they were close to the road.
Yeah, too much road noise. It was part of the Cimarron State Park. So, yeah, different spots for campgrounds. But no, it was, we decided we weren't going to spend the night there.
So then you come out of the Cimarron State Forest to the north. I'm thinking it comes like west or northwest of it. And then the next thing you come into was Eagle's Nest, right?
Yes.
And that's another state park around the Eagle's Nest Lake. Remember, the state park was on the other side, and you said it is probably a fishing camp like it was at Sumner Lake in New Mexico. And we sort of said, let's press on with pride. And
yes, because there was Angel Fire. We went through there, Angel Fire and Eagle's Nest.
Yep.
Remember, we were talking about, for any of those out there that have ever watched Longmire.
Yeah, Longmire, very cool show.
Some of that show was filmed in those areas.
And just the openness was just absolutely stunning. And I imagine that when spring comes and things start to green up, it's just breathtaking out there.
Yeah.
But here again, like in Colorado, not a lot of snow this year, not a lot of precipitation. A lot of the ski areas are, kind of like closed. Because unlike New England, a lot of the places I don't think make a lot of their own snow.
Right.
They sort of depend on the weather. And you could kind of see that things were kind of slow in some of the towns that we'd go through. On the flip side of it, the good side of it, if we decided we were going to camp, for instance, in Cimarron State Forest, we could have, but maybe 2 years ago at the same time, there probably would have been 2.5 feet of snow there. So, I mean, there's good and bad in all of this.
Yep.
So off through Eagle's Nest and then climbing up through some more canyon roads, very cool switchbacks. But, it can be difficult driving because you're not doing a lot of this like you're in Texas. It's more like left for a few seconds, right for a few seconds.
And you were probably doing 25 miles an hour. Remember how you had to keep pulling over so people could pass us?
I don't know. I disagree with that. I think there was a couple of times I saw you grab a hold of the hand restraint and close your eyeballs.
Different. That was not there. That's later.
I know that I was doing the maximum speed allowed by law most of the time.
But it wasn't fast. It was
it was not.
25, 30 miles an hour.
No, it was not.
So you could really take in the scenery.
Right. But the truck handled marvelous. It was perfect. It was just right there all the time.
Of course. Ranger does a good job.
Yes. Bandit. It's going to be really... She didn't mean it. She said bandit. You just thought you heard Ranger.
Reminds me of a Ranger. You see a lot of Rangers.
Ranger's a Ford.
Oh, I'm not talking Ford stuff.
Jeez. At any rate, we end up coming down through the valley, down through these artsy little cottages in the canyon, and then into Taos we go, and we decide we're going to park the rigs.
Lunch.
Yeah, stop, have lunch, and we had lunch in a Yelp referred type restaurant that we sort of had a little bit of a conflict with. It wasn't great. My friend Todd says, I didn't hate it.
But yeah, it wasn't really that good.
Wasn't that great, not for the money.
But a cute town.
Very cute town.
Very artsy, very...
Yep, very neat town. Would definitely go back again.
I mean, they were having, for that whole weekend that we were there, they were having a whole environmental film festival.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's going to be a lot of hemp in the air that weekend.
Yeah, well...
But there's something there every weekend. There's music or whatever. We did walk down as leaving lunch, we walked back through the center of town and found a nice spice shop that we went in, and we talked to the lady there. She was really nice, so we took some pictures of her shop.
And it's funny though, you see a lot of animals there.
Yep.
This shop, spice shop, and there's a little bookstore. Yep. There's a resident cat that lives there that just wanders in. We went to another...
I did overhear her say that because somebody came in from next door with the cat, let the cat in, and it sort of goes from store to store.
Oh, right, it was the guy next door.
Right, and then she was saying to him that if you can never find him, I always go in the back to see if he's drinking the toilet water.
Yeah, that's what he does. He comes in and drinks
the
water out of the toilet. And then we went to that other adventure outfitting place where you bought a hat, and they had a resident dog in there hanging out.
Yep, resident dog, which was a Labradoodle.
Yes.
Labradoodle. Poor Labrador.
Yes.
Poodle-fied.
Right. But yeah, just...
Great dog, though.
Cute town.
Yeah, very cute town. So back in the truck we go. And I got
a nice little natural food store.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of like a mini...
Sid's.
Bread and Circus. We got to get some good stuff out of it. They had some organic meats, real farm eggs that I can't seem to find anywhere.
Yep.
Which is a difficult thing, but we did find them.
Right. Then we went to, I think when we left there, we sort of figured out that we were going to go to the Orilla Verde NRA right at that point, or before, I'm not sure.
As we were leaving, I think we were looking at it on a map and trying to figure out how to get there. Yeah,
I will say that we were having a hard time with fuel along the way because we were just trying to cheap it out and trying to get fuel at the best price. And as it turns out, there is no best price. It's like $2.99 a gallon for diesel out here. So, getting it on the chin. And speaking of which, I got to remember to put the auxiliary tank of fuel in before we leave here, because it's the way I look. I filled it up when we were in Big Bend, paid $3. So now it's time to go in.
Right. Utilize it.
Left Taos, got on a road as if you're going through the desert. And it's just this long, flat stretch. There's nothing really to see. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you see a bridge kind of coming up. You see the abutments, but it's all flat. And you hit this bridge,
this is the Rio Grande.
And the earth just opens up. Like literally, you look off to your left or your right, and you cannot see the bottom of this.
You can't even see the bottom.
And the bridge is only
not a lot of water.
Quarter of a mile. Not even a quarter of a mile long. So it's flat, crack, flat, and then the next thing you know, we were like, wow, where's And then 2 or 3 miles later, we take a road that doubles back.
Right.
Now, what we didn't know. And this is the fun part, and I think what we'll do is we're gonna put some clips in here of what happened. So we take this road that sort of doubles back towards the gorge, which we know what the NRA we're going to is somehow associated with the gorge. We don't know if it's at the top. We don't know if it's at the bottom. We don't know if it's in between. We don't know, right? So we're driving along, and my link is going, do a left and half a mile. So you go left, and you're on a dirt road again. It's flat. You don't really see anything. You get once in a while, you get a hint off in the distance. There's the gorge. Then all of a sudden, you take a left and a right, and boom, you're on this dirt road, and it's just like somebody pulls up a curtain, and this one,
I had a heart attack.
because you're just literally going out.
And it's a dirt road.
Yeah,
it's a dirt road.
yeah.
There are no guardrails.
Right.
There are these, two kids sitting in a car that are kind of like laughing as we go by them.
Yeah, I'm driving along, and I'm probably 300 feet from the canyon, like almost like you could just drive off of it. And I look over, and there's a couple of guys in a Mazda, and they're looking at us, and they're laughing as we're going by. I'm like, what are they laughing about?
Yeah, wow.
Well, we get on this road, and you'll see in the footage here, you turn to the left, and it's just boom. You're on the edge of the wall of this canyon on a dirt road with no guardrails,
which I'm sure if this was back home, they wouldn't even let you drive.
There's no way the state of Massachusetts would allow. You'd have police marker tapes within 100 yards of the entrance of it.
I mean, it was.
And then counseling at the end if you got too close to the edge.
Right. Well,
so we're driving down through this thing, and this one is just. It was because you have to understand.
Right, I'm on the edge.
He's on the
inside. Wait.
And so there's a couple of switchbacks, and then it sort of calms down. Of course, you get to the bottom of the gorge.
Because we don't know where we are going. We don't have any idea.
Yeah, and pretty much at that point, actually the navigation still worked. You cross a bridge. There was a little campground off to the right as we crossed right over the Rio Grande. And then we followed the river down along was that just awesome. Yeah.
But we did, I think, come in the back
absolutely.
End of this. Most people, come in
that was my
from where
point.
We end.
We probably were. The reason the guys up at the top of the ridge were laughing is, like, first of all, they saw our rig and thought, that's going to be interesting.
Oh, my God.
And then probably laughing because, dummy, you're supposed to come in the gorge from the other direction, which is much more subtle, asphalt roads.
Because I think there are times that they close it off. Because on the maps now that I know where it is, it shows gate closed.
Right. So, and then as we're going down it, if it, there again, we're always thinking ahead. What if it rains? Are we gonna be able to get out of here?
We never would have got out.
Right. And I know coming back up just to keep it from, skipping a little bit in terms of the wheel spin. I probably would have, if I had to come out that way, probably have to use 4-wheel drive because I wouldn't want to stop once I start.
Right. And the other thing is we had no internet in there.
None.
We didn't really know exactly where we were going when we left town, so we had no idea what the weather was going to be, nothing.
Right. And so we followed the river down, passed up a couple of roadside campsites, and then there was one loop we went into. It was near a river, very pretty.
Yep.
Just very quiet. You did have a little light traffic now and again, but for the most part it was kind of neat.
Not after dark, really.
No. And then I guess we stayed overnight there. Did it rain that night a little?
No, but we stayed overnight. The next morning we had some hail.
Oh yeah.
And a little bit of rain.
Snow pellets. So and again, like Yvette said, the NOAA weather radio that I brought with me, which is really a scanner, it's not a weather radio, but it has the same efficiency reception wise, I think, but it could not pull in a weather channel at all, could not use the AM radio really that much, didn't give us a whole lot of information. A lot of it's even is Spanish, so we don't even understand. We don't understand. I don't know that they're playing a whole lot of weather anyway. So that was our little, and we only stayed the night, and then we decided to get out. So in the next vlog number 25, we'll talk about our cool trip from the gorge over to, gosh, if I can read it, well, you tell me, here.
Right.
Which is
Santa Fe National Forest.
Santa Fe National Forest, just outside of
Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Not to be confused at all with Las Vegas, Nevada, for sure.
Right, we haven't been there.
Right. So next time, take care, guys.
See ya.
Bye-bye.